And now I'm in the head office of the Dublin People Group and I'm talking to the editor of the Dublin People papers, Padraig Conlon. Padraig, I understand you are no stranger to Near FM, so welcome back to the station.
Hi Darren, thanks very much. Great to meet you in person as well after all the contributions you've made to the paper over the last nearly 2 years now, isn't it?
Year and a half, yeah.
Year and a half, yeah. So it's good to meet you.
Yeah.
Whatever you'd like to talk about.
All right, cool. I mainly got in touch with you to do this interview today for two reasons, Park. One, that since last year I contribute to your three newspapers, although had not met you and been here until today. And secondly, because I find it interesting that you are a Donegal man editing Dublin's news, and I love Donegal, particularly the Gaeltacht part of it. I understand that you were originally from Guibara in Donegal. I've never been there and don't know a huge amount about it, although I've done a couple of interviews on Near FM about the plans that were for a wind farm in the area. It looks like a beautiful area from photographs. Can you start off, Padraig, by telling me and our listeners today a bit about what Guibara is like and how you found growing up there?
Well, just Glen East is the town. Glen East, Guibara is the area down where if you don't know where he's all, Glen East is the town I'm from. So Guibara is the bay. It's on the way down to, if you're going to the Rosses.
So you weren't actually from Guibara?
No, from Glen East.
Right.
But I actually lived near the Guibara Bay as well when I was younger.
Right.
It was actually I lived for the first 2 years of my life. I lived in Bayside in Sutton. So before we moved to Donegal, so I'm actually a north sider in a roundabout way. Moved to Donegal, came back. I was living in England for a few years, working for newspapers. Came back to Dublin around 21 years ago. I was working with the Irish Times doing property stuff. The Tribune, Sunday Tribune, the Irish Daily Mirror. Then I worked for a magazine called Intala. We had that for about 8 years. And then I worked for Dublin Gazette before this, and I've been here about 4 and a half years.
Yeah, I knew you were with the Dublin Gazette. So the Dublin Gazette and the Northside, the Dublin People, they're kind of like in the same area, like they're local papers, aren't they?
Yeah, they would be. Dublin People kind of more established, longer. Dublin Gazette are good publications as well, but they wouldn't have the readership we do. Like our readership, we've an account with TGI, so we're audited twice a year, in the spring and in the autumn. So our figures are legitimate. I think the latest readership figures for the three papers are 279,000, which we're happy with. The Northside papers always do really well. Thankfully, we've two editions. So we're delighted to, it's a very challenging time for newspapers at the moment. So we're delighted that things are going well. Touch wood.
Am I right in saying that the biggest thing that differentiates as regards circulation Dublin People from the Gazette Group is Dublin People are delivered to a lot of houses while as the Gazette Group aren't? Is that true, is it?
Yeah, well, no, we don't do the houses anymore so that stopped with the pandemic, and then since that we haven't started it back up again. But I don't know if there's any talk of it either. So I suppose kind of things have changed a bit as well. Unfortunately, we don't do that anymore. But we would have a lot bigger circulation than the Gazette.
And it's mainly through pickup points.
It's mainly through pickup points. Yeah, that'll be the main way we distribute it.
Sorry. Just to say, you're interested in sports, aren't you? I believe you're a Man United fan, aren't you?
I am indeed. 40 odd years. I am indeed. Are you a fan yourself?
I'm a fair weather Liverpool supporter.
Turn it off. That's the end of it.
And you like the Irish team as well, don't you?
I do, yeah. I'm a big sports fan. I love soccer, love Gaelic football. From the same time as Jim McGuinness, who needs no introduction to any GAA fans. I love League of Ireland as well. A big Finn Harps fan. Used to go and watch Shamrock Rovers a good bit in Dublin, where I used to live beside their stadium. So I like the rugby as well. So I kind of like all sports. One of those boring people that likes all sports.
Do you enjoy working for the Dublin People Group?
I do, yeah, I do love it. Yeah, like I enjoy like every day is different. Our readers are interesting people to talk to. A lot of them. They contribute with stories. You're talking to people every day. And we've small staff at the moment as well, like, so we're kept very busy. But no, I do love working. Weeks flying, to be honest.
And am I right in saying that during COVID, the group actually went out of business for a few months?
Yeah, well, they were with, that was before I came here. They were with a group called Celtic Media Group. It was stable of newspapers. So it was Celtic let them go at the start of. So then Dave Mann, who had owned, I think he owned part beforehand. So Dave bought the whole lot with the 3 papers and moved us to here. Like so, and so Dave owns an IT company called EVAD. So we're in good hands. We're lucky there.
Okay, Park, is there anything else you want to tell our listeners about your plans with Dublin People Group leading us into the future? I mean, will it be steady as it goes, or do you have any new plan with the group?
I know we have some stuff planned. It'll involve kind of more engagement with the readers. We want them to, like, obviously we have a letters page now as well. We want them obviously to be at the heart of anything we're doing. So we'll be revealing more about that before Christmas, and we'll be launching that in the new year. It'll involve with local schools as well. We want to get the younger people more involved in newspapers. So I don't think newspapers are top of their agenda at the moment. Like, but so we have a couple of things lined up. You always need to keep it fresh as well. Like every couple of years, you need to jazz the paper up a bit. Like so, we've got to make it look a bit different as well. Like so.
Do you think will they getting bigger? Do you think?
We don't know yet with costs at the moment. We're kind of confined to keeping the pagination in the early 30s, just because of the costs at the moment. Costs in the last few years have gone exceptionally high. Everything from the cost of the paper. I think we used to buy paper used to be about €300 a ton. Then a couple of years ago, coming out of the pandemic, it went up to 900. Yeah, all over the world. So that wiped out a lot of local papers in the UK, here, and in America, because like they couldn't absorb those costs. Plus, you couldn't pass that on to advertisers. You couldn't put the ad rates up 3 times they would. So that was challenging. The reasons for why paper became such a commodity, apparently because of deliveries to houses like Amazon and that, so they were buying up the paper for cardboard. So inadvertently they almost put the newspaper industry out of business. But so at the moment that's why the paginations are small, just to keep costs as low as possible. But yeah, I'd love to hopefully in the next year we'll be back up to in the 40s or 50s, but I don't know, to be honest with you, Darren, how long. We're going to have to keep an eye on that.
I heard that a central part of funding for all the newspapers in Ireland is that the editors nationally are hoping that the government will bring in funding for some kind of articles or projects. Is this something you're looking into?
I'm not looking into it, but I'd obviously be very supportive of it. Like, there's movements like this happening in America now as well, because there's a massive fear of so-called news deserts, say areas that don't even have one local paper. This could be some 50-mile kilometre radius. There's not one newspaper. So there's a movement in America now to try and fight these news deserts, where the local estates or the government would get involved and would fund non-profit papers. So obviously people could make a living out of it, but the paper wouldn't be run to make a profit. So maybe something like that might have to come in here, because without local papers, like, democracy is under pressure. Like, I'm not just saying that because it really is. Could you imagine if we'd no newspapers anymore to keep an eye on? Like, there's no regulation of online, so you don't know what to believe there. Like we are regulated, we have to stand over everything we publish. So, but yeah, it's a very challenging time for the industry overall. Like, but we've been listening like since the late 90s when I was in college. We were told newspapers will be gone in a few years. Mike, my colleague, he's in Brussels now. He's 27. He was told 5 years ago that there'll be no more papers in a couple of years. So we're still here anyway. So we're bucking the trend a bit. But
Okay, Park, it's great talking to you and meeting you for the first time here. Is this in Robin Hood Industrial Estate where we are now? Is this Clondalkin or?
Yeah, it's not really Clondalkin. What's it?
It's there.
There's the Long Mile, and that's called Fox and Geese. You know so it's kind of Walkinstown.
Okay.
Kind of Walkinstown, I'd say. Like, it would be close to Walkinstown than.
I know. I just saw Clondalkin on the internet, and I was thinking, looking at the map, it wasn't Clondalkin.
We'd be closer to Walkinstown, like, to be just over there, like.
Okay, thanks very much, Park.
No, Darren, thanks very much for the chat, and always good to chat to you for the first time.
Yeah, alright, cool, thanks.